In this video, we're going to cover everything you need to do once you're getting towards the end of escrow to have a successful closing and get the property ready to be rented. So let's jump right in. Alright, so you've come a long way. You learned about the Section 8 program, you selected your market, selected the area within your market, you've built out your team, you've done the work to find a deal, landed the deal, gotten the property under contract. And now it's time to bring it all home and get this thing ready to start cash flowing. So part of the reason why building out a world-class team, making the connections with financing, insurance, handyman and repairs, property managers, and doing all of these things ahead of time. Because once you're in escrow, you really need to get everything situated as quickly as possible, especially if you're making an offer with a short closing window, which you should be doing to have your offers be the most competitive offers they get. Win the contracts, ultimately get them accepted. Because you have everything proactively set up, that's what enables you to close quickly. So if you get a property under contract, but you can't secure financing on it because you don't already know what lenders you're going to go with, you're not already set up, they don't have your paperwork, whatever the case may be, you can't find your W-2s, that can kill the contract and you can lose the deal on delays like that. So getting your team built out and getting everything in order proactively, even before you find deals, I can't reiterate enough the importance of it. Once you're getting ready to close, it means you have your financing ready, your insurance is ready to go, you have your contractors lined up to do work, and you're ready to get this thing rolling. A mistake that I made when I was first getting started that I learned a lot from, that I hope you learn a lot from too, and don't have to make the mistake to learn it like I did. Not getting this stuff set up proactively. Got a few things done, was able to acquire a property on a good deal, but then had to do some work to find some contractors to get it rent ready. Then had some problems with the property manager, had to find another person. Things like that can set you back months. If you get set back months in real estate, it costs thousands of dollars of missed opportunity. So having everything in order and having all that mapped out is critical. So that's the first thing to really hammer home. Have everything prepared. Don't assume you'll be able to get financing quickly once you get a contract signed. Already have it ready to go. Don't assume you'll be able to find a property manager. Already have one ready to go. Once you're prepared, you are agile. And when you are agile in real estate, you are unstoppable. In terms of the actual closing, it's relatively straightforward. In terms of the contract having been met, you've acquired financing, property has been inspected, post-inspection negotiations have taken place. It's really a matter of signing paperwork. And if you're investing remotely, which you should be, as an alternative to having to physically be at the signing, your real estate agent can act as power of attorney and represent you, sign on your behalf. So very common practice that real estate agents are familiar with, very willing to do, because once the property is purchased, that's when they get their commission. Now, closing is handled by a title company. The title company during the escrow period ensure that the home has a clean title, which means it doesn't have any liens on it, and the records of it are in order. They'll handle the transfer of ownership with the county or record-keeping entity. They'll handle the collection of any money involved and the dispersion of it. When it comes to closing, you will have to wire or otherwise get the money that you're using to acquire the property to the title company. The title company will then take that money, ensure everything's correct, and disperse it. The title company will also determine what commissions, if any, that realtors will be getting. For this, the title company will charge a fee, which you will have to pay as a buyer, and the seller will have to pay on their end as well. They'll determine if there are any outstanding taxes on the property, which will take out of the settlement amount, and they will provide what's called a settlement statement detailing everything we just mentioned. Settlement statement is also an official record of the transaction, which you can keep to show the details of the transaction if ever need be. So your realtor will represent you and sign with the title company on the day of closing. You'll wire the money over, they'll disperse it accordingly. Voila! You are the proud owner of a new rental property and are ready to get rolling. Now at this point, you should already know what repairs need to be done from when you walked the property or had your property manager walk it, from when the inspection was done. You should already have things lined up and ready to go and scheduled to have that work done. Once you own the property, it's time to get going. You want to switch the utilities over to you or the entity that you're owning it in. Get your contractors and repairmen in there ASAP. Get the odds and ends taken care of and get it ready to rent. Time is money in real estate and in life. Get going right away so that you can get it rented right away and get cash flowing right away. Any delays at this point only mean delays in when you start getting paid. And it can be critical in a lot of instances to start getting paid quickly. There are certain instances where you can proactively list the property for rent if it's truly turnkey. You can even list the property for rent before the official closing takes place. That way you have qualified tenants and interest in the property right away as soon as you own it. In certain situations, you can even rent it out right away. You can do all of this proactively. I would hesitate to recommend doing any work proactively because closings can fall through. But if you have a level of confidence that the closing will take place where you're comfortable doing work on it, as long as the seller is okay with the work being done prior to closing, you can have your contractors and repairmen get in there and proactively do the work as well, so that all those repairs are done and you've listed the property even before you own it, so that when you own it, you're already ready to rent it out. This can be a real slick approach to get things done quickly. However, I would exercise caution here. Make sure that you have a high degree of confidence in the closing before doing any work and making any investment. Because if for whatever reason the closing doesn't go through, you will not get that money back. Irrespective, if you don't do it, you should have it ready to go so that the work gets done as quick as possible and you get that thing rented. And with that, we'll see you on the next one.